So everybody be warned, Ballard has had a lot of sugar tonight.
Oh shit.
It's going to take a little bit to kick in. I just had it. So.
Well, I mean, if all our characters die, I'm just going to blame you for enabling him.
All right, scapegoat.
I didn't force him to eat it.
Uh-huh. So, like, on my diet, I'm not supposed to have sweets, but Anesse, this past week or two, has been buying, like, a little bit of junk food. I have no willpower, so I'm on a seafood diet. If I see the food, I'm going to eat it. So...
Oh my god, Facebook memes.
Yeah, so she has like chips and stuff, and I've been like raiding the pantry, getting chips, and she bought
I buy these diet chips. They're low in calories. I eat one tiny little bag every once in a big while as a snack for myself. And every once in a while, I hear him in the pantry, and the door squeaks, so I know when he's in there, and he's eating them. Like,
you should get like
engorging in them, and I'm like, hey, I buy this little bag for myself, and nope.
What you need to do is just get like a child safety lock in a spray bottle, and every time he tries to open it, just run up and just
right. So now I'm like, don't buy the junk food, and I won't have to eat the junk food. I'm perfectly happy with no junk food. It's hard, but you get used to it. So.
I mean, there was a time where I didn't have much junk food as well, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I know. I'd be happy with it, happier with it too. Who wants to do the recap?
Well, last time in Adeon, our adventurers were still in town, doing fuck all. One of them was cat-sitting with Russ. The other was sitting at home trying to sneak out her goods and selling them. You know, which we technically helped with as players, but as characters we didn't, so we don't get to see any of the money. Our favorite little assassin type tried to assassinate Ivory, which, to everyone's surprise, was really skilled. Really strong. No idea why. So, well, he got instantly paralyzed and robbed. My character and Ivory had some bonding, I think, over the incident. I don't know. She was picked up by the guards because people started spreading rumors of a robbery. Then our assassin type tried to get back his goods that Ivory had taken from him and sold on the market. Caused a whole ruckus with the guards. He managed to escape and is now hiding in the bushes somewhere. I think Mal and my character also discussed working for the contract, the job offer. And Anesse is yet to be... I mean, she's been brought up in it, but no handshake has been given yet.
Wait.
Oh, and also Rio got pretty much socked by Anesse, so kind of deserved it.
Sibling abuse. I remember that. All right. Go ahead and give yourself 1 honor point.
I did it.
Diana. So where was everybody last off when we left off?
I believe I had gone out to find out what had happened to Vern.
No, I think where we left off was we were in the room, in Anesse's room with the Power Panther under the bed, us giving a bloody handshake while Anesse walks in what the fuck, dude, my floor?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay. Sweet. So we'll pick up shortly after that. We'll say that any blood mess has been cleaned up. What are you guys going to do with the Parapanthrope?
Uh,
That is the $1 million question.
were we talking
So,
about strapping a blanket to its back?
No,
Super
we weren't
cat?
talking about.
Yeah.
What's up?
Super cat?
Yeah, kind of like that.
So it's still gonna aggro people because it's not a standard cat.
Well, we can't just keep it in a room for the rest of its life, and we're leaving, so I guess it's coming with us.
Well, it has to come with us, but I was thinking maybe one of us, we take turns being on the outside of the camp with it. Um,
That sounds like a prime target for a bandit robbery.
being on the outskirts with it of our camp. It's gonna have to, spend a little bit more time in the bag while we go meet this person. But I mean, once we could get it, you know, once we leave the town, then we could eventually get it on a leash and then, you know, let it roam a little bit on a leash, but not in the town where there's a bunch of people who could see it and aggro it and want to kill us and it.
We could keep it in the room until the job has been set.
But don't we all have to go meet the person to go?
I don't believe all of us need to go.
I'm
One
already
can
on the
stay
job.
behind.
No, I'm already on the job. It's better if I stay behind.
Oh, you're already on it. Okay. Well then, Anesse, I think the best course of action is maybe I go. Say that we have a couple more people on this job if they want us, and also maybe find Ivory and let her know, and bring her back here to see if she might. I also want to find out about Vern and what happened from her own mouth.
Vernus, the guy?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, aren't we all at my house right now?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we'll leave.
So Mal's gonna go. He's gonna go up to the flag and tap.
Question.
Yeah.
Is just Mal going, or is Anisse going as well?
Well, we're in Anissa's house, and I figured she'd want to stay there with the cat instead of leaving two people in her house.
Yeah, I mean, then I'm just gonna go with Mal if Anisse is there for the count.
Okay.
Okay.
I
So-
mean, if I don't have to go meet this guy, then that's fine. I'll stay with the cat.
I'll
We'll have
negotiate
to
and
meet him
everything.
eventually, but
okay. So you guys.
Mal is not as dumb as Surak.
So you guys are at Mishima Arts.
Heading up to the flag and tap.
You guys start walking over to the flag and tap. As you guys approach, you do hear that there's a pretty decent sized commotion coming from inside. Lots of conversation, a little bit of laughter. More mellow than, say, a late night outing at the tavern. Being that it's probably around, I think I have it at noonish. Oh, 3 p.m.
Okay.
It's about 3 p.m. right now.
Okay.
But you do hear some commotion come from inside. Not rowdy, but you do hear some noise. As you guys approach, you see that there's a couple of extra guards out front. We'll say 2 extra guards.
Okay.
The doors are wide open. You hear people talking, and automatically, Diana, you hear Mug speaking. Calm down, calm down. And as you guys enter the tavern, you could see that it is fairly packed for this time of day.
Definitely is. Most packed I've ever
fucking
seen it.
Viking in the middle.
Yeah, there's a Viking up there.
There's a hiking. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Oh, son of a. Okay, hold on.
Whatever it is, it's got horns. Looks like a dwarf. He's over there with a couple other dwarfs.
Kill it. Hold on one second. I got to switch over because I don't have view on you guys on the stream side. Go. Okay. Yeah, so you guys walk in. Diana, you see Mug standing there. You see Mug standing there with his arms up in the air. Quiet! Quiet! As the people start to hush down as Mug's voice is booming. You see one gentleman standing in a row in the center near Mug, which would be this gentleman right here for Mal. He's looking around at everybody. The crowd starts to hush down a little bit. Mug looks over at your guys' direction, and he walks over to Diana, or walks over.
There, awkwardly, like, what the fuck?
He walks over to a chair and pulls it out for you.
Somebody has a crush.
Shrug and just walk over.
Okay.
I know I'm not there.
follow.
I'm just looking.
That's fine. I assumed as much. Of course, you got to be all up in the center of everything. No.
By the way, I'll kind of point towards, my employer, and I'll kind of point Mal towards him.
Okay.
Yeah, as you walk up and Diana takes her seat, you see that there's a couple of seats opened up. Ruff! How's it going, Ruff? Thank you for the host. Yeah, and you see Mug looks at Mal and says, "Sit." And he motions to a chair, one of the available ones.
Okay. I sit over here close to the middle. Get a good view of everything.
Okay. You see Ivory there. I'm not sure if you recognize any of the other characters around.
I do not.
None of us do.
Okay. You guys should
As a
know.
player, yes, but
You guys should know that guy.
I mean, I know him, but I don't know him.
Oh, character-wise. Okay.
though.
Yeah.
Is his name showing up for you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hector.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if he was showing up or not. Okay. Yeah, so you take a seat. You see the gentleman standing in the center, looking at everyone. Let me go ahead. View characters, people of the world. As everyone starts to calm down, you see Dillathane take another final look. Well, there's more people than I expected. Interesting. Quite interesting. Well then, he says, pauses as he looks around. First, I'd like to say, please hold all questions till the end. When I am done speaking, I will gladly answer some of your questions. You see, that gets a little chuckle out of Ivory. He looks at Ivory, like looking her up and down, not in any kind of perverted way, just more of like sizing her up, possible abilities. He kind of snorts a little bit and turns away from her. And then he looks over at Hector. He says, my name, as you may have guessed, is Dillathane Osborne II, if you were wondering. I am the sort of jack of all trades. Most recently, I specialize in the unexplained. You see Hector just kind of look at Diana, and then from Diana to Mug.
I'm just chilling. I'm just listening with a goofy smile on my face.
Okay.
This shit's entertaining as fuck, yo.
Yo.
He says,
Orcish.
yeah. He goes, I've heard rumors. He looks around again as he gets a little distracted by a gentleman on the back end of the room.
No.
As he's like playing with his lute. Very lightly, not being distracting, but it's enough to get some attention. He says, I've heard rumors of occurrences in this region. I had mentioned this much on the message board. I happened to be coming from the Anores region, and sure enough, no more than 1 day's travel into the region, I was attacked by two hideous-looking gentlemen, if you can call them that. He says, I'm not even sure what they were doing or what they were about, let alone if they were necessarily human. They were, he kind of makes a motioning gesture, disfigured. Says, fortunately for my associate here, he motions to Mug. And then he motions over to by the bar, one of the dwarves. Says, my associates were there to aid me. And it was more than enough. I had gained some knowledge of where to begin my expedition. And well, that's where all of you come in. First and foremost, I need protection from any and all dangers that may occur on this little expedition. Secondly, there will be some manual labor, perhaps some artifacts, possibly other gains. He kind of says, making some ooh and ah gestures with his hands, that need to be carried back to the wagons. He says, now then, I have also made this posting official with the Seekers Guild. The payment, as I had mentioned before, is for 2 talons for the entire group, upon our safe return to Hitomi. Any valuables found on this expedition is the sole property of yours truly, that being me, if you're not keeping up. He looks around as people start to murmur and like some disputes about that. He says, that is also non-negotiable. As he looks around, you see a couple of people like just kind of like leaning back, like automatically losing interest. He says, space on the wagons are limited and is not for any of your belongings. Only bring what you can carry. Oh, you are also responsible for yourselves, food and other arrangements, he says, gesturing with his hand, dismissingly with his hand. I'm out of breath today. Yeah, he says, dismissing with his hands. He says, now that is out of the way, I am looking to take on 6, possibly 6 individuals to deal with the protection, and possibly 2 to 3 more for guard duty. He says, now then, any question? He opens the floor to everyone.
Miles sits back and just kind of takes everything in.
I mean, I'm already on it, so I'm just gonna, looking around the people, kind of trying to see who's gonna speak up.
You see this gentleman over here. Excuse me. He says, how much is the pay for protection? Dillathane looks over to him and says, that is a good question. It depends on how many volunteer. At the moment, it will just be the wagons, as we have very little other than provisions. He says, but I expect no more than the 2 talons I've offered the other group. But that, of course, depends on the loot. There will be a minimum negotiation for that department. Any other questions? He says, looking around. Ivory pipes in and she says, and how exactly are we going to be traveling then if we are bringing our own supplies? Osmore says, the protection detail will be riding on the wagons themselves. As far as the guard detail, there will be a room, a common room, shared between you on my carriage. She just kind of nods a little bit. She kind of sits back down, but she's like, well, it's 2 talons. Like, not disputing the payment on that, at least. Anything, Val?
Okay. I look at him and I go, Are you looking for protection from the people that might be harming you, or the things that you are looking for?
He kind of looks over at you, Mal. He has this devilish look on his face, kind of like a sly grin, like, finally, a good question. He says, well, if you are on protection duty, I am looking for things of value. And he kind of motions. You notice that he's really hand motion heavy. So he's kind of like waving his hands a little bit in front of him. And he's like, I am looking for valuables. And there may be inhabitants that are going to be less than willing to part with said valuables. However, I have been assured by the leaders of Mythodon that all people, all settlements not registered are considered trespassers and have no rights to any artifacts. He says, so to answer your question quite bluntly, all of the above.
And I kind of look at him and I go, and does Galrith have anything to say in the matter? Not that this is my territory. I just know that the capital, when talking about territories, usually has something to say.
Dillathane looks at you a little confused and then looks to the dwarf at the bar. You see him hop down and he kind of walks over and he says, perhaps my associate could elaborate a little more on this matter. You see the dwarf walk over. He clears his throat and he introduces himself as Harrington Brightchest. He is the associate of Dillathane, head archaeologist, miner, amateur crafter. And he takes a little bow as if his name and titles mean something. He says, to answer your question, Galrith has nothing to say with it. We will be staying within the boundaries of Hitomi, falling squarely on the jurisdiction of Mythodon.
I would like to volunteer me and my friend, an associate who is not here at the moment. I heard of this job through our half-orc lady friend over there.
When you mentioned the half-orc mug, pretty.
I was gonna give a, what's up nod.
Dillathane says, excellent. Excellent. Let's see
I
that.
will tell you right now, and if you object, I withdraw my offer to come and protect you. But I am not a murderer. I am only a guard.
He nods. A man with a code of honor, he says, motioning to you. You see this guy. He says, I'll sign up for guard detail. Just out of character, just because I'm not sure he was ever officially introduced. Although, let's see here. There we go. Did his name pop up for you guys?
Gerald.
Yeah, Gerald. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, his bio and such didn't.
Oh no, I don't have a bio out for him.
Okay.
Vernus, or not Vernus, Russ would know him. So he had a posting here not too long ago.
Okay.
Question, by the way, when I was hired by the Oddball, was that as a guard or as a protector?
When you were hired, it was for just to get to Hitomi. So coming back on again would be, he would assume, if you let him assume, it's going to more than likely be for protection.
What's the difference between the two again?
One is that you're going with him to go search for artifacts, protecting him and in retrieval and possibly carrying some manual labor. Protecting, you're just staying with the wagons.
Okay.
I can look at him. Wouldn't you want someone that's also interested in the stuff you're looking for? Someone who's actually motivated to be a guard.
What did you ask him?
One time in English?
God fucking damn it.
No,
I heard it. I
Something
heard it.
or-
I didn't. I love the accent. I just couldn't. I didn't. It just didn't register with me.
I don't know what it is with you people, but with anyone else, they can understand it perfectly clear.
I hear it perfectly fine. He said He said Diana's interested in the stuff, the same stuff he is, and wouldn't it be good to have a guard on duty that is also interested and motivated in the stuff that he's doing?
Gotcha. I didn't hear the first part. Okay. He kind of like nods and does like a little quarter bow to you. So we have 1 for protection, 2 for protection. He motions to Diana and Mal. And you said you had a 3rd, so that's 3 on protection. You see this guy right here. He's like, I'll do some guard duty. He's excellent. 2 for guard duty.
Actually, I was kind of more getting to the point of being a guard since, well, as much as I, out of character, this is out of character, but
Okay.
I mean, I've shown that I'm at least capable of looking for shit and I'm at least somewhat intelligent about it. So, just saying, I mean, if you're gonna trust a personal guard, might as well have someone that knows a bit of the shit that you're looking for.
The personal guard, he's saying is going to protect him, and he's going to be out doing the adventuring. The other guards are just guarding the wagons.
I'm also getting to the point that maybe adventuring with him would be more interesting for the players.
Yep. That's what I'm doing.
Yep.
Is adventuring with him. That's
Instead
what
of
I signed up
fucking
for.
standing by the wagons doing nothing.
Get the
Well,
wagons.
wagons can be fun. Don't hate on wagons.
That's easy money.
You also got to remember you have the cat.
Yes, we have the cat too.
All right, he says, excellent. Well, he says, Mug. He motions to his half-orc friend there. And he says, why don't you deal with the rest of the selections? I need to make preparations. Oh, and yes, one more thing. We leave at 8 in the morning tomorrow. And he starts walking off. You hear mutterings of, man, this place is a dump. Talking about the tavern. So,
Yeah, I thought this was a nice.
so you see Mug there, and he goes, walks over to Diana, and he says, Who you think Mug should get?
Could I size these people up a bit using my half-orc innate skills?
Ooh, I did not think you would do that. Okay, go for it. No roll is necessary. What exactly are you looking for? Levels? Well,
basically using combat insights along with being actually more intelligent than a goldfish.
Okay. Well, you know about Ivory. You got the gentleman that she's been talking to right next to her. He looks really capable.
Could I get some insight on their mental as well, though? Like, why are they interested in this? How likely would they be to, backstab or, actually protect the guy? How dedicated would they be to the job?
Okay.
You can kind of see that from their general attitude, their eyes, their posture.
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll your insights. Your target's going to be a 7.
Holy shit, dude. 7?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not gonna succeed this one. Oh no.
1 success. Awesome. So,
well, wouldn't the 1 just cancel out the 12 though and not subtract 1 success?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna.
Then when I would have 2 successes.
No, you would have had. Oh. 12, cancel out the 12. Yeah, why does it say 1?
No, I'd still have 1, I think.
Yeah, you still have 1, yeah. It still balances out. So, other than money, you don't really get a vibe from anyone except for this guy. You see that since he's already signed on, he's walking to the tavern, to the bar. You get a pretty bad feeling about that guy.
I was gonna, look at him. I've got a pretty bad vibe about him. I'm not sure about, having him on board.
You see Mug look over at him. He just kind of storms over there. Sits down next to him. Are you bad? The guy looks at him and he says, "What? You sign on, right?" He's like, yes. He's just kind of looking at the half work all crazy. What's your name? He says, I'm Gerald. And he puts a hand out to shake his hand. Mug looks at him, looks at his hand, looks back at him. Mug watching you. And he says, pointing at him. Gerald is like, okay, Mug, you do that. You see Mug walk back over to you. Confident. I had talk. What are you doing during this time, Mal?
Mal is, I guess, wants to talk to Ivory. So I walk up to Ivory.
Okay, you walk up to Ivory.
You go, excuse me. I would like to ask you a couple of questions, if you don't mind.
She nods. She stands up. She walks over with you.
He said, there was a... Well, yeah, I guess I walk over to down here. It's kind of away from everyone a little bit. I say, so, there seems to have been an incident. What was that? I guess it was last night, huh?
It was about a couple of hours ago.
Okay.
It's honestly not that long ago.
Yeah.
So I go, there was an incident with a quite pompous high elf. A little bit on the shady side. And I'm just wondering if you could tell me what occurred and what you know of the situation.
She kind of laughs when you say that. Um, she kind of like reaches off into her backpack, and she produces. Oh, you mean this guy?
Yes, that is. Say, do you know what exactly happened? If I am looking for this man, I'd like to know his character. I have met him one other time, and he seems to have a silver tongue, which might fool your average idiot, but it's always good to have more information.
She says, yes, I seen you with him. He says, sadly, he made a very drastic mistake. He turned on me. I thought
Does
we
not
were
surprise
allies.
me.
She kind of looks at you and like, just kind of like nods in agreement in like reflection of like, I should have seen it coming too.
Well, what is your general take on this job that we are going on with Dillathane?
She kind of like laughs a little bit, walks over to the wall, leans up against the wall, looking at Mug, who's kind of going around just like saying hi to everybody, trying to get a vibe. She says, well, I don't know really what to make of Dillathane. He's got the coin, he checks out. It's already paid for. All we have to do is do whatever it is he wants us to do and come back. He seems that much is already a certainty. But I think he knows things that he's not sharing as to what specifically he's looking for.
I get the same vibe from him.
I'm kind of on the
Ugh.
fence myself if I want to take on this assignment.
I'd like to know the people I'm traveling with. I am not here as a hired sword. I'm here as a hired guard. And I will not just do anything for money.
She kind of looks at you and just kind of like grins a little bit and says, I see. She says, I, on the other hand, am more of a, I like the shinier things in life.
Well, let's hope that this mission goes smoothly. And everyone can have their shiny things and nobody gets hurt.
That is preferable.
I kind of give her a nod. I go, well, when were we, did he mention? I forgot to.
Yeah, tomorrow, 8
mentioned when
in
we
the
were
morning.
going.
Oh, he didn't say
yeah,
where.
tomorrow 8.
He didn't say where you were going, but you guys will be leaving at 8 in the morning.
Okay. I guess we're meeting at like Market Square or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So 8 a.m. Okay. Well. By the way, my name is Malverian. You can call me Mal.
She does a deep bow.
I bow back.
She introduces herself as Ivory, although I think you guys have already met officially.
Oh yeah, that's right, at the bar.
Yeah, but not officially, but you guys have been around. So yeah, so she bows and introduces herself.
I look forward to working with you. May it be smooth. I will see you in the morning. I have to make preparation.
She nods.
I bow again and I turn and walk back to Diana.
Okay. You find Diana talking with Mug.
I mean, I'd just kind of be talking to him about talking to Dillathane for a bit.
He tells you that Dillathane's at the Wayward Inn.
He's at the fancy inn, huh? Fancy pants over here. Fancy pantsing it up.
Yeah, because, as the advisor of the advisor, I'd like to advise his employee. Or employer.
Mm-hmm. So, player-wise, since this is going to be an interesting partaking, I've decided to let you guys choose one of the other travelers to come with you.
Well, actually, DM, before we do all that and settle on that, I would actually like to talk to Dillathane.
Okay. Well, you could talk to him, but You guys are going to be selected before you get back. Everyone's here now. You can still talk to him. That's fine. But as far as who's going on the adventure is going to be selected.
Well, I'm
sure?
guessing
So who do we get to choose
this
from?
dwarf is going, right? So we get to choose from him,
Right. So
Ivory.
you got Mug and Harrington. They're already going.
I can just advise Mug to wait for like 10 minutes while I go talk to Dillathane. I mean, it's not like Mug wouldn't listen to me.
You could tell him.
I'll just like wait a bit. I'll talk to Dillathane because I'm not about to have Gerald start this man in the fucking back.
Why are you hating on Gerald?
Because I don't trust him.
Gerald is burned in disguise.
He's a thief.
Let me talk to Gerald, you railroading piece of shit.
Okay, so you're gonna go run off after Dillathane? If you run, you could probably catch him.
I mean, it is kind of urgent, so I'll kind of like speed walk, I guess.
Okay.
But maybe he needs a thief in the group if he's going to be getting these special things. So maybe he chose him for a reason.
Yeah, but not one that's going to stab him in the back or steal it from him.
You got one success off of how many rolls you got. I mean, maybe you don't know his reason. There's a lot of stuff we don't know. So
I was about to do an insight check to see if I could see if anyone was
Go for it.
capable and interested. I'm not going to talk to anyone that doesn't look interested.
So let me get this straight. If you saw someone who you think is really sketchy and think might stab him in the back, you wouldn't warn him because the backstabber might have his reasons?
I mean, he looks like a rogue. This guy has money. I'm sure he's not he's done this before, okay, which is probably why he has a lot of money, because he's able to acquire things. And you, one person who's
I don't think Gerald has
success,
that much. I'm not going to metagame with my successes.
Okay, I mean, I completely agree with your decision. Let's do it. Go ahead.
Oh, Gerald is the cause of trouble this session. So
if Diana's gonna leave, I'm just gonna sit back in a central location.
Mm-hmm.
Take everyone in, see if I see anything shady, honorable, just sort of kind of keep an eye on everyone.
Okay. So Diana goes running after Dillathane. Go ahead and roll an insight. Target's going to be a 6.
Okay. That is 3 successes.
Oh, god darn you. So
that's insight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's 4 for me.
So you get the same vibe about Gerald.
Okay.
As far as everyone else just seems like they're in it for the money.
Okay.
You see this guy right here. When I do that, that guy, he looks like he might be in it more for the combat.
Okay.
The combat opportunity. Everyone else pretty much looks like they're just in it for the money. Especially no one more so than the guy with the loot.
Okay.
He's standing there. I guess now since Diana's gone, he's sitting in her chair, and he's just kind of like looking at everybody, strumming his lute, putting together a song.
Trying to see. So if I can tell Gerald shady, I know people that are in it for the money, but does anybody look honorable?
Hector.
Out of the group, Hector looks honorable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hector's the honorable one. Just about everyone else except for Gerald and the loot guy seem to have. the warrior guy over here and Gerald have ulterior motives.
Those guys have ulterior motives.
Yeah,
From what I see. Okay.
right. But you do see that Ivory is talking to the warrior guy. She was sitting with him and she's been talking to him.
Can I catch anything with my listen?
Yeah. They just talk about like possibilities, like what do you think he's after? The guy is basically saying it doesn't really matter what he's after, as long as the money's there when we get back.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter too much as long as he doesn't have us going into like fighting Galrith, and anything short of that he's okay with.
Okay. All right. Well, I am going to, now that I've kind of taken everyone in, I'm going to head back to the dojo.
Okay. You start
I've
heading.
gone out and done what I needed to do. I need to get back quickly.
Okay. Diana, you catch up to Dillathane as he's browsing in the market.
Okay, I'll kind of casually stroll up.
Mhm.
Hey, there.
He looks and says, Diana.
Hey, so what were you thinking of taking for guards? Because if you were thinking of taking the shady-looking guy, I would revise your decision.
He kind of is like, oh, you mean the guy with the... And he starts describing Gerald.
Yeah.
He says, yes, I was getting that vibe as well.
I don't get a good vibe from him. I think that maybe he would rather, work for you for a little bit, but then stop you and take all your shit.
He nods. He says, good call. I was going to speak with Mug about it. Mug usually has a good sense of these things as well.
Yeah, he does. I was thinking, maybe I have 2 other people, right? And you were looking for 3. I know about some stuff as well that you were looking for, about this shitty folk that are also in this town, by the way.
He looks at you like, oh?
I think it could be a wise decision if you take me and my friends as guards. Some other reasons why as well, which I'm sure you'll get to meet. It's interesting, trust me.
So you're telling him that you want to sign on for the guards or to protect him or the wagons?
Guard.
Okay. He says,
A bit more personal.
He says, well, you haven't steered me wrong yet. Your 3 companions are hired.
All right.
He says, has Mug made his final decisions? Being that there's still a couple more spots.
I think it'll be done soon.
Okay.
Some fine people there. Mostly looking for money, but hey, what can you expect?
He reaches into his pocket and he gives you a silver piece.
Oh my god.
Make sure you're prepared. And he starts continuing on.
All right, we'll do.
So, who is your guys' judgment?
Also, just to be clear, when he said you and 3 other friends, did
I
he
meant
mean like
2. You
okay.
and then the 2 others. So, let me see. There's 3 of you. I guess you guys could each pick 1 person to come along.
Oh, so another 3?
Yep. So it's going to be
protection. By the way, we are going to be the guards, from what I understand, and then
Yeah.
the others are going to be protection.
right. They're going to be guarding the wagon, and then you guys get to pick who's going to come along with you.
Okay, well, out of character and character or whatever, I want to choose Hector to come with us.
Hector.
Yes. That's
Okay.
my
But
vote.
in the cave, Hector was so useless. Like, he couldn't see crap. Like, he did no damage. Hector was just
Sometimes
so
sometimes
useless.
it's good to have a weak person that won't stab you in the back instead of having a strong person that might stab you in the back.
I mean, who would you go for, Anesse?
I honestly, I don't even know who to. I
So,
don't know who's
okay.
available. I asked and like
Okay.
I didn't get an answer. So, but I'm just saying Hector was just utterly useless. So
Everybody in the tavern that you see is a possibility to go. Minus Dia and Levitz. If you want to go with an NPC, one of the generic bar patrons, you can. Everybody in here at the moment wants to go.
We don't want to take a red shirt with us.
what's a red shirt?
That's a Star Trek thing.
Someone
Start.
will die pretty much instantly.
They're like
They-
put in
they
the put in
exist
the
to be
movie to
killed.
die.
They're
Oh,
there.
so a guy.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
guy.
exactly. They're there to show that the
Okay.
situation is serious.
Okay.
So you're going with Hector?
I mean, that's my vote, and that's also a vote as not someone that saw him fight in a cave, and also from someone who does not like getting stabbed in the back from people. Because from what it seemed like to Mal, Dillathane has no problem killing villagers to get after what he's after, and that's not really going to go down with Mal.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Hell, I'd go with Ivory if anything, simply because, you know. And also, she's not a bad person per se, according to my character.
Okay.
I also think we should take Mug just because he's so enamored with you, Diana.
And Mug
well-
is gonna be there regardless.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going regardless.
So
Okay.
Mug and Harrington are automatically going because they work for Dillathane personally.
Okay, so we got one other person.
Anesse,
Yep.
who is
Take your
your
pick.
who is your pick? There is
I don't know anybody else here, so
There's the guy with the loot. There's this other guy who was speaking with Gerald. You
There's
got
the killer.
You got the killer there was talking to Ivory. His name has come up before in conversation, but I think that might have been with Vernus.
that
You got
wasn't me.
there's this other guy here who looks adventury, like he's an adventurer. And you have the dwarf over here talking with your best friend, Gendry.
Oh my god, we need to take Gendry along.
Yes, let's take Gendry. You guys can shack up.
Shut your front door.
I was wondering if like, you
Maybe
guys were
if
going to
we
notice
come
him.
across a town with like an actual priest, we can get them married.
Mhm.
No, I'm joking.
It's like a honeymoon. Yeah, we can get you married before you leave, and we'll take the honeymoon. It'll be the caravan.
Christ.
So pretty much anybody in here can go. You got Gendry, you got this other dwarf guy. Harrington was over there talking with the dwarves in the beginning.
I don't know. You guys pick. I don't care. I don't know.
Jeez.
I don't know
Oh,
any of
come
these
on.
people.
Make your pick.
I don't know any of these people.
I could just randomly
neither-
roll for
neither
you if
do
you'd
I.
like.
No, I mean, I'd rather not roll for it then. I mean, if you really, really, really don't want to pick, then I'd be fine with picking with Mal.
It'll be another vote. It'll be a vote system between you and Malvin. Who do
Yeah,
you?
you and Mal pick.
Who do
I
you
don't
two
want
think?
Loot Guy. I don't want Gerald. Maybe this dwarf might be good.
Yeah.
This guy is a killer. I don't know how much he wants to kill or who he's going to kill. He might just kill bad guys for all I know. And then there's this silent dude down here with low hit points.
How you figure he has low hit points?
He
His
only
hit
has
points are
38
showing?
hit points.
Oh crap! They're showing. What the hell? What the hell? Oh gosh darn it! I clicked the C
I
button.
mean, we could take the dwarf with us. Typically, dwarves are pretty big in honor.
Yeah, let's take the dwarf.
Guys hating on my low hit point guy. Oh, the trials of making all these characters in advance. I'm still learning. So, okay. So who are you
I mean,
guys
I have
going?
lower hit points, to be honest.
Who you guys decide on?
The dwarf.
Gendry?
No, not Gendry. We should take Gendry though. No, the horned guy. It
Okay.
looks like he
Yeah.
means business.
Okay. So you guys do some, or they do some talking. Let me just check real quick. So you guys met Dillathane, you got him, you got Ivory. You guys have met Hector. Oh, hold on. I haven't showed you guys Hector.
They haven't met Hector. I've met Hector. I'm the only one that knows Hector.
There you go. And then the dwarf. Where are?
What if we showed up at the dojo with Gendry? Hey, we found this guy. Neither of us know him. Hey, we found this guy, and he seemed pretty excited about going on a trip with us because we mentioned you, and his eyes perked up.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
He also keeps talking about how you guys are in love.
Yeah.
He also said he's bringing a tent with a double sleeping bag.
Mhm. I kick both of you guys in your face.
You don't have the reach.
So there go the team. Braun, Hector, and Ivory.
Ron's name isn't showing up, by the way.
It didn't show up?
Not at below. Well, no, I saw his character sheet. I didn't see
Oh, yeah.
I guess it doesn't really matter. I can remember.
Let me see if all of this fixes. Yeah, that should work. Go. Oh, you guys don't see his bar.
Nope.
Alright,
So I guess we need to get some supplies before the shops, and I'll pick up some rations.
okay. So
Do you need? I guess. Did you need rations, Anesse?
No, I already did all my shopping.
Okay.
I don't have money.
You
I'm
need-
gonna have a bit more money now, but
so I'm gonna go ahead and roll for Ivory because I don't know if Ivory wants to go after her discussion with Mal. So one of you guys can decide who. Roll a D100.
Go ahead, Omega.
why me? You take responsibility for this.
She's-
You did this.
She's your friend. Okay, I'll do it. Fuck it.
Okay.
Also, my luck is terrible.
14.
Oh,
2.
okay. So she goes, darn you guys.
How lucky was that?
Darn you guys. All right. So she ends up going. Okay. So you got you 3.
That was so lucky.
Okay. Okay. So were you guys going shopping?
Yeah, I was just gonna go someplace to pick up rations. It's a general store.
Okay. Yeah, you got Magner's or you got something in the market.
I guess I'll go to Magner's.
Okay. You head on over to Magner's and you start looking for some rations.
I'll go with him because I need rations too.
Okay.
Maybe if we buy in bulk, we can get a discount.
That's what I was
It's your
thinking.
bargain.
My guy's pretty sharp with the tongue when it comes to the shops.
Yeah, you guys walk into Magner's shop.
Okay.
And he's all, welcome, come on in. He's trying to sell you on all this crap that he has in his store. You apparently see he resupplied with lots of tents and other essential items. So his shop is pretty packed.
I do not. Oh, when we were in Anesse's room, was it empty?
It was when you guys got there again, yeah.
Okay. Wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So I say, hello, sir. I'm just looking for some simple rations.
Oh, just some rations, but we have this nice large tent.
Yes, it is very large indeed. I commend you for that. But yes, I'm just looking for some simple rations, please.
Oh yeah. He says,
Say for me and my friend. And I look at Diana. I kind of look at her size. I go, how much do you eat a day?
so as far as rations go, it's
I mean,
3 rations to a day, so that'd be 3 for 1 day kind of a thing. Since you're like offering to buy a lot, if you want to roll your haggle, Mal,
Yeah.
we could see he's open to the idea of negotiating on a price.
Okay, what's my target?
Your target is going to be a 6.
And that's 3 successes.
Okay. He says he's willing to drop the price to 8 coppers as long as you buy more than 20.
wait, that is 8 per day, right?
3 per day.
No, but I mean 8 coffers for the entire day.
No, it's 8 coffers for 1 ration.
How the fuck do you expect us to afford anything?
8 coffers for a ration?
Yeah.
Oof.
His starting price was 10.
Damn. Okay, well,
How many did people make again in a day?
They make close to a silver.
I can't even afford that many. I tell him I'll take. Yeah, I can't even afford that many.
No? How much do you
middle
have?
finger.
I
go
have a
to the meat.
silver and 14 coffers after buying my sword.
How much?
And my leather armor. 1 silver and 14 coffers. Start with 5 silver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we don't have any money.
Yeah, we don't have any.
We're basically broke.
We're basically broke.
Seeing you guys walk away, and he says, okay, 6. You sure you don't want a tent?
I look at Deanna.
I mean, before it was like 1 ration a day, so.
Yeah, that's what I always thought it was. It's like a 24-hour ration is what I thought it was. Not like a ration meal. I mean, I'm small. I could probably get away with eating 1 ration a day and be fine.
Oh, Diana, maybe not, but.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's not how every other system does it.
Yeah.
So I just assumed.
Makes it easier. That way I don't have.
I was thinking about that too. So I'm gonna.
If we're on a 14-week trip, that means we have to bring how many rations with us? What would that be? 52 rations or something?
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and just make that per day then.
Okay.
So that'll make things simpler for you guys. Back to 8 though.
Okay. I tell him I'll take 5 rations at that price.
I mean, I'll take another 5. You know, so if we buy 10, then because we can't buy 20.
Yeah, we don't need
20.
20. Really?
No, you
I already
guys
have
need
5 rations in my pack.
Oh, okay. Sweet. So you already have rations then? Okay.
Yeah, but I need to buy 5 more because this is going to be like a week or something, maybe more. I figure we're gonna hunt a little bit on the way and stuff.
Yeah.
But
don't forget you need food for the cat.
I do have food. I have that rabbit.
responsibility.
And I'm thinking Russ is gonna be super nice and give us a little bit of food. He seemed like he was all about that.
Oh, Rush, yeah, but his father maybe, you know.
Yeah, so let me see, that's
business.
5 rations. That's 6, so that's 30 coffers for Mel.
Okay.
And you said how much are you buying, Diana?
5.
5? Yeah, 30.
Oh, 30.
Oh, no, sorry, 25. He gives you a discount.
Oh, shit.
Thank you, good sir. I will be back here to buy more wares once we come back with a little bit more coin.
Tell your friends, we got tents.
I definitely will tell them about your excellent tents.
So, you hear as you're leaving him grumbling something about maybe he shouldn't have purchased these damn tents. So Yeah. So were you guys going after for the rest of the day?
I'm gonna
Probably
head back to the
going to
dojo.
Marcus's meat shop as well too. You know, you have to buy shit for the card.
Ah, damn it. That's
let's
right.
do
We
a
got to
bit
go
of
to the meat
meat
shop.
for the,
Okay.
Go to the meat shop.
So you go to the meat shop. Yeah, you see Marcus there, and Vern, Russ.
Hey, hello again. I'm here to buy some dried fish if you have some.
He doesn't have any fish, but he does have some
You're
boar.
landlocked. What do you mean, fish?
It's dried fish. It's not like swimming around in a tank or anything. That's why it's dried.
That would be really expensive here, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has boar. He has some rabbit and boar.
Rabbit and boar. Which one's cheaper?
Rabbit, but it's also less. So.
I mean,
Well, how much is the boar? Like a full boar?
No, you can buy pieces of the boar. If you want a full rabbit, that'll probably run you about 25 coffers.
Oh.
For a chunk of boar, you're looking at about 40 coffers.
What about some generic dried meat?
Just some dried meat.
You know, stuff that you could actually take with you without it spoiling.
That's true. I don't want anything to spoil.
Let me see. Oh, wrong one. Where's my 2-hit? So that's 5. About 20 coffers. And you'll get about 2 days worth of meat.
Okay. Let me get
some of that.
Yeah, I'll get 2 of those.
Okay. So that'd be 40 coffers for those 2.
Okay.
I'm just looking to chew on it, like.
Okay.
Kind of, you know, taking advice from Mug, how he does it, kind of savor it.
Just put it in your mouth, swirl it. Don't spit. Yeah. So
okay.
Got your.
Well, I thank you. Thank you very much, sirs. Have a nice night.
Okay. He nods at you. What are you guys gonna do from there?
I head back to the dojo now because I'm dead broke.
You guys are gonna be rich when you get back.
Hopefully.
If you get back.
Maybe.
So.
See, also, Anesse, you have to think out of character here. If Hector's weak, he might die in battle, and then our share becomes bigger.
I so did not expect that from you. No.
But I'm just, that was out of character.
Oh, I know.
That's not what I was hoping for, but I just thought about that.
I was thinking that, like, when I was creating this adventure, I was like, someone has to come up with this idea.
I'm glad that came out of your mouth and not mine, because I've already been thinking.
Oh, I knew you were already thinking about it. I was just confirming that you were thinking about it, and I just thought of it.
Now I see why they don't want Gerald. They want 2 rogues in the group. So you go back to Anesse's. You you open the door, Anesse, and you see Diana and.
I mean, I'll be going to the pub. I think.
Oh, you're going back to the pub?
Yeah, I mean, they seem to have more in common with the card, and I don't want to, pressure Anesse with anything.
Okay. So, yeah, you see Mal at the door then?
I would have told them, by the way, that I was going to pick him and Anesse to go with me on the guard duty thing. They seem like trustworthy people.
Okay.
Well, thank you. I will let Anesse know, and we will get prepared for the morning.
Yeah.
because she's with Mal.
And also the cart.
Yeah.
I don't really know what he tried to talk, but he ran off to a child. So
Tell her to smack it down. So,
I come into the dojo and take my shoes off and everything. Come in. What time is it at this time?
at this time, I'm gonna say it's probably about 6 and at night.
Well, I let her niece know of everything that's happened. Let her know that I got rations and food for the cat, and that we will be leaving at 8 o'clock in the morning from the market area.
Okay.
And I go, and I'm like, trying to think how to get this cat out of here and what we're gonna do, because I can't just we just can't keep leaving if we're protecting. Can't just keep leaving. But I also
well, you
don't
do know
trust-
that we'll have a private room essentially.
Well, he said a general room.
Well, I have a tent that we
The
could
general
sleep
room
in.
is for the guys guarding the wagons.
Ah.
You guys will be outside.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, the general people is inside. You guys are guarding.
Now, the protection had to look after themselves. The guards would get the special treatment.
No, the guards are going with Dillathane.
Yeah,
So
That's what we were doing.
okay, no, yeah, you're right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah.
protecting the wagon.
Yeah.
We let the red shirts protect the wagon.
Okay.
it was. But hello, I
Okay.
thought you had sugar. You're supposed to be clearer, not.
I got antsy. I'm antsy. So, yeah, you guys will be in the general room in the wagon.
So I don't need to bring my tent then.
Possibly.
I would bring your tent just in
That's
case.
up to you.
Yeah.
Mal says we should bring your tent just in case.
Okay. So I was thinking when possible we would leave the group, or you would leave the group and take the cat and let it be on the leash roaming free, and it would then be able to leave some energy.
We need to tie we need to make a super cat.
Heck yeah.
I can't keep leaving the thing all the time.
Well, I
Don't
mean,
have-
eventually you should be able to make armor for it, and then it would look more like a panther.
Yeah, but until then, we should probably just use a blanket.
That's what I'm thinking.
I wonder if it has it. Yes. Okay. So
Exactly.
yeah. So you guys, you're gonna take a tent or no?
I believe so.
Well, yeah, they said to take the tent, so we'll take the tent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I can train it at night in the tent.
what size is
And-
the tent?
It's a large tent.
Okay, a large tent is I'm assuming they tell you that only bring what you can carry because you got no space to carry anything on the wagons. So if you bring the tent, you will be in charge of it, and that's going to pretty much tie you up.
Well,
You guys are in the personal cart, in the personal wagon, but outside of
Wait,
that,
wait. Can you see the tentacles? You say the tentacles pop out. Are they
When
always out,
it's-
or or can you see them, or can you not see them until the thing gets mad?
you can't see them. He normally has them in until he feels threatened or it feels threatened.
Okay.
And then when it feels threatened, it'll come up. But his skin is unlike anything anyone's really seen, which is where the issue comes in.
What if I rub dirt all over it? Or mud or something?
It
Oh.
still
Make it look
has leathery
scraggly.
skin.
I mean, if you cover it with mud, one, if it lets you, in time, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't say. It's a possibility, I suppose.
Well, we're just gonna have to stay in the backpack for right now, hopefully, and we'll see where it goes from there. It's really our only choice at the moment.
Or you could do the logical choice and just give it to the cult.
Stop it. I already told you that's not going to happen.
But Mal already promised he's not giving the
blanket
cat to the
over
cult.
it, and then if people ask, why the fuck does your cat look so ill? It's a skin condition.
It's a leopard
That's
cat.
true.
But I mean, we've already come across the fact that nobody stops and asks what's wrong with your cat. When last time you tried to walk it on the leash, everything just aggroed it. Nobody asks questions. They attack first and then don't ask questions.
Well, that was because, we'd attacked someone with tentacles, which, to be fair, until that point, they looked at it a bit weird, but,
Well, I spend the night training more with the cat. I try to get it to like follow me around without having to leash it.
Go ahead and roll your tame animal.
Okay.
Target number is going to be a 6.
That is my... Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. Little by little throughout the night, how long are you going to stay up?
As long as I need to make it, want to follow me around. Because what I'm hoping I can do is drop meat out of the wagon and just have it follow a safe distance behind it.
Breadcrumb trail?
Yeah, like breadcrumbs, exactly.
Okay.
And they can just stay behind us. As long as it's like, I want it to feel like it's like it wants to be around me.
Okay. You stay with it till about 11 at night,
Okay.
messing around with it. It's coming around little by little, nowhere near where you want it to be though, but it's coming around little by little.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys sleep, get a full night's rest.
I'll just be kind of like sleeping in the bar here, and I would have just told Mug to wake me up when the time comes, right?
Okay. You tell Mug. Mug keeps you company. So,
Oh. See, we could have had a double date if we would have taken Gendry.
I'm not gonna date Mug. You can date Mug if you want.
No, I'm okay.
Well, then don't
But
fucking.
Mug likes you. It's like him and Gendry can, you can show up with flowers, ask you to the prom.
Yeah, but I mean, Mug has been friend zone, so.
Okay. Well, I in the morning get up and right before, I don't know if Anesse, if you have anything you need to do in the morning, but I coax the cat back into the backpack.
Well, at about like 8 p.m., I tell you that I'm gonna go sleep on the couch in the living room so you could have my room. And about 6, I'm gonna get up and work out and have breakfast and get showered and everything. And then I'm gonna have breakfast, and then I'm going to bring the cat breakfast in the morning. And then that's pretty much how I'm gonna spend my morning and my night. Because I want to get a good night's sleep since we don't know how it's gonna be.
No, me too. And then if I can also take a shower, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Eat some food.
okay.
I'm not Rawk, I'm not thinking.
So you guys get all your morning chores done. At about 8 o'clock, Mug wakes up Diana. Not that you really were sleeping to begin with, because Mug was up talking and drinking.
You should not underestimate Diana's ability to sleep through things. Keep in mind who she was traveling with.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah. He tells you that we're going to start getting ready.
Thumbs up.
So you guys start getting ready, head over to the market.
Yes.
You see 3 wagons in preparation with Dillathane. You see one traveling wagon, which pretty much is used as the housing area. Think of a miniature version of the loot and stuff wagon. And that's pretty much what you got with Dillathane.
Okay.
There's probably maybe 3 rooms in his wagon. All 6 of you guys will be in one room. And he has his own personal private. And then Mug and Harrington share the other one.
You mean 6 of us in one room? It was 3 of us in one room.
No.
We brought the other 3.
Yeah, with Ivory, Hector, and Braun.
Wait, so there's going to be 6 people on guard duty.
On protecting Dillathane, yeah.
You got some serious shit going down if you got 6 people protecting him. 8 if you include the other 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you see 3 wagons, 2 of them with the flatbeds with tarps, some crates already loaded up on them, and then you see 2, 4, 6 horses. You see, where are they? So you guys see Jeffrey. They introduce themselves.
I'm still in the
Tavern, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You see Jeffrey, who introduces himself. That's this guy.
Okay.
He's going to be on guard, guarding the wagons while you guys are out doing your thing. You guys are introduced to Reiner. And Reiner is this guy. Players.
Okay.
So you got introduced to Reiner, who is also on wagon duty. And then you guys meet Mr. Loot himself.
Doot. Oh, he's
damn.
actually kind of tall. What the fuck?
Yeah. So, those are the protectors of the wagon.
Okay.
So let me mark this down. This is the one part of the adventure I did not have planned because I didn't know who you guys were going to pick. And all right. So yeah, you see them out there. You see Reiner. He brought his own horse. Finton and Jeffrey did not. Reiner has like a little tent, a personal tent, some gear for himself in the saddlebags. Yeah, so they start loading up. You notice that Mug comes over to you guys, and he says, "You 6 with me." You guys walk into the center wagon, the carriage wagon, and he shows you to your room. It is, thankfully, you guys got a dwarf traveling with you. So that's going to give you guys a smidge of more room. Otherwise, you guys would be like shoulder to shoulder sleeping.
Me and Anesse are pretty small too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you guys are woodies.
Yeah.
It's
What else?
Diana. That's the issue here. It would probably take up half the room.
Yeah, she makes up for it.
We got a hole in the ceiling so she can stand up and stick her head out the top.
So, aside from like your guys' backpacks, there is like no room left after you guys get in there.
Okay.
So you see Braun, after introducing himself, you guys get in there and see this, and Braun is like, "Oh, hell," he says, grumbling to himself. He picks a little corner, and he looks to Diana and says, "Don't you go squishing me against the wall,"
Ooh,
he says, pointing.
You get squished. You get squished.
I stand at the door and I go, "I'm going to volunteer first watch to walk outside. I believe maybe 1 or 2 of us should walk outside the carriage to protect. We don't want, flaming arrows or anything hitting the wagon and burning us all alive. Might be good to have a watch on the outside."
You see Diana, Ivory. She says, "Yeah, I noticed that there's some handles on the outsides of the carriage here."
Well, just to hang on to or whatever on the back?
Yeah, so on the back, there's enough space for 2, 1 on either side of the back, to hang on. You know, like those old garbage trucks
Yeah.
where they'd have like 2 guys on the back. You have something like
Yeah.
that on those. There's also some room on the other wagons if you guys didn't want to ride in the room all day.
Okay.
The other 2 wagons, they have flatbeds that you guys can pretty much stay in there.
And I'll be sitting outside most of the day simply because I can actually, not have a ceiling constantly pressed against my head.
yeah. That's the other thing too. You are hunched over just walking into the carriage. Since you're like 7'1", right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're hunched over. Excuse me.
Yeah, so I'd volunteer on basically constant outside guard duty.
Okay. So you guys all get loaded up and situated. There's 3 wagons, like I said. There's going to be the lead wagon, which is a flatbed. Then you got the carriage wagon, which is your guys' wagon in the middle. And then another flatbed wagon in the back. Who is going to be positioned where for traveling?
I'm going to be on the back on one of those handles.
Okay.
I guess I'll be on top of one of the cards.
On one of the flatbeds?
Yeah.
Okay. There's going to be there's room to sit with the driver on the flatbeds.
I'll sit with the driver, sure.
Okay.
Oh, well then I'll sit in the back if no one's sitting in the back of the wagon.
Okay.
I'm going to sit wherever I can where I might be able to take the cat out without anyone noticing.
Okay. Anesse, where are you going to be? Anesse, you're muted. There you go.
Sorry, I was trying to get off of mute. I'm just going to be sitting wherever there's room, like maybe on top of one of the wagons.
Okay. So you guys get all situated. You guys start to take off, leaving the market area. As you guys start to leave, you see that you got a big crowd of people like looking at like, what the hell's going on here? This little expeditions don't happen very often. All of you guys notice that Gerald is there and he doesn't look too happy about not getting selected. Visibly unhappy.
I'll make sure he doesn't follow with my awareness.
Okay. So as you guys start to make your way down with the wagons, you get close to the strap when you guys hear trumpets blaring, bells ringing. You see the north gates from where you're at starting to open up, and you guys notice that there is several wagons entering Hitomi. As you guys are leaving, you see a banner, several banners on the lead horses, but the thing that catches your eye is that there's 2 cages with its own wagons that have spikes all around. Several people that have probably been dead for a couple of days now spiked on said wagons, and you see several guards. You see several guards. Oop, I guess it would help if I move you guys over. Guess it helps if I move you guys over. Okay, so you see several guards dressed in plate armor with furs on their back. Not as long as the picture displayed, but fairly long nonetheless. And you see the emblem of a knight, a white knight on the flags.
And does Mal know these soldiers, maybe from the war?
Mal does recognize them, as you see about 10 riders looking just like that one, the Adeon Knights.
Oh, shit. Get the fuck out of town. We couldn't have left town at a better fucking time.
Oh my god.
You see them riding in on horses with the cages, and you see them having hounds as well. and
Oh, shit.
they're sniffing as you guys are leaving through the south gate.
Oh, okay. Is there anything in the cart near me?
In the cart that you're on, there's a couple of crates, but they're all sealed.
A couple of crates, but they're sealed.
Yep.
Hmm.
Throw the cat behind the crate. Throw the cat behind the crate.
Trying to
The
think.
problem is the smell. But
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to figure out if there was like maybe some oil or something around.
Well, like I said, they're just entering the north gate as you guys are leaving the south gate.
so we should be good.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, let's go.
So-
Get the fuck out of here.
If you could feel my hands right now, Aunt. Oh my god.
So, yeah, so you guys are leaving as the Adeon Knights have officially entered the region. So, let me switch you guys over. Boop.
Oh, cultists are fucked.
Yeah.
So, you guys. What happened? What's going on?
Is Russ responsible for this?
For the
Is he
Adeon
alerted?
Knights? No.
No, okay,
They're
good.
coming from the north.
Yeah.
I would think that if they were coming from Galrith, they'd be coming from the south.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're coming from the north, which would either be
I'm not responsible this time. Good.
not for this incident, no.
You and fucking Vern come in for 4 days, and the whole world flips upside down.
So, yeah, you guys leave, heading out the south exit. As you guys are traveling, you've got some free time. Are you guys going to have any conversations on the road or anything like that? For Diana, you got Mug, who is riding in one of the wagons. He's just staring at you.
I'll keep an eye on the road for him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll awareness, by the way, Diana. The target's going to be a 4.
All right, what's my awareness again? Oh, it's not terrible. All right, let's see here. Put my character on the map. So let me put my character on the map. There we go. You said it was a 6?
4.
4.
4.
5
Oh,
successes.
wow. Okay. You don't see anyone appearing to be following you.
Good.
So
Once we get
far, so good.
Once we get far enough to a safe distance outside the gates and no one's around, I open the bag a little bit and I try to train the cat a little bit more. Just trying to get it to trust me more and more.
As soon as you open the bag, you see the cat's head start to fly out, like he's going to jump out.
Hold on, my friend. This is not the safest place to be jumping out. And I kind of take him and take him a little bit. And is anyone around?
Yeah, you
Like
got
they can
no. You will always be around people while you're on the wagons.
Okay. How
you-
fast are the wagons moving? Are they at walking speed?
Yeah, they're a little bit faster than trot.
A little bit faster than a trot?
Yeah,
Damn.
not a gallop, but it's a little bit faster than a trot.
Okay. Did it stay in the bag?
Yeah, I'm assuming you were like, hey, like trying to
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's,
just trying to I'm just trying to get, I'm
one
just
achievement.
getting familiar with it. Becoming mama cat is what I'm doing.
One achievement you did have the previous night is that you were able to touch it,
Okay.
and it didn't
Well,
bite you or
I
attack you.
give it like a pet on the head, like a soft pet.
Mhm.
And I give it a little bit of food.
Mhm.
And I just kind of bond with it.
Okay. So you guys are on the road. Anything you're gonna do, Anesse, while you're on the wagons? Gonna say anything to anybody?
I'm gonna strike up a conversation with Ivy and ask her. Just talk to her like randomly.
Okay. Yeah, no,
Figure out where she's trained and then stuff like that.
During the course of this time, of this first initial travel time, you find out that she's a monk, and she finds out that you're a martial artist, and then instantly you have her attention.
Okay.
She trains in combat fighting. Doesn't give you a whole lot of details, as she's more of asking the questions than answering the questions.
Uh-huh.
She's very interested in things about everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
You do find out through this traveling portion of the game that she did train at the Nitawa region. It's a region you have not heard of, being that you've pretty much stayed in Galrith.
Mm-hmm.
But she tells you that it's to the east.
I asked her if she grew up in a monastery or did she just train there?
She told you that she was orphaned into a monastery. And hold on one second.
She doesn't even have parents. Loser.
Careful, she'll give you that fucking 3 palm punch and you'll be paralyzed on the ground.
It's fine, it's out of character.
So, yeah, you just strike up some small conversation. For Diana, you are keeping an eye out and whatnot, and Mal, you are messing with the cat. Several hours pass as you guys are now going off-road.
I mean, I would have talked to Mug so he doesn't feel neglected, but...
You start talking to Mug.
Yeah, I'll be answering, strike a small conversation so he doesn't feel like...
Pretty girl no like me. So,
How does he not feel?
So, oh, you'll get plenty of that because Mug is a very interesting character. So, you start talking to him. He talks back, tries to keep up the conversation. Yeah, he's just interested in basically getting to know who you are.
Fair enough.
Let me show. Oh, it does show. Hide that. So, you guys travel a few hours. You are off-roading. Anesse, go ahead and roll awareness. Target's going to be a 4.
Okay.
Wasn't prepared, huh?
I think you just need to buy me that new dice thing because it's hard to dig out 6 dice from my bank. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Okay. How many successes?
5.
5 successes. Okay. So as you guys are riding by off the trail, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about 7 hours have passed. When you notice that you guys just passed the burial site. The mass grave burial site?
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk about the mass grave burial site.
Are we heading towards that cave and all that burial site?
It looks like it. Or at least that's what's going through your mind.
Okay.
And as it goes through your mind, the wagon starts coming to a slow.
Okay. I look for like Mal and everybody, and I'm like, this isn't a good place to be.
Is that what you tell them?
Do I see Mal and?
Yeah, you guys are coming to a stop. You guys are all fairly close to each other.
Since I'm sitting next to Ivory, and I'm like, this isn't a good place to be out right now.
Why is that? I mean, aside from the foul smell in the air.
I'm like, that's a death pit that you smell.
She kind of looks at you blankly for a moment, blinks a couple of times. What?
I look her dead in the eyes, and I'm like, that's a death pit you smell.
She starts looking around.
I'm like, there's a cave nearby that the cultists inhabit. And not the calm ones you've seen in the village.
There's cults in the village?
The cultists?
As far as everyone in Hitomi knows, that's a religion.
Oh.
They're not cultists. To the villagers, or to the townspeople.
Not the religion you've seen in the village. There's other...
The Heralds of Ashenir?
Yeah, this is not a good place where we should not be here.
She just starts looking around. She gets off the wagon. You guys see Ivory get off the wagon and Anesse kind of looking a little uncomfortable as Dillathane steps off the wagon as well.
Okay.
I go towards Mal and I'm like, I whisper to him, I'm like, you should not bring Gwynny in here.
Is that the name we agreed on?
That's up to you guys.
Boy or girl?
Well, that's the name I named her when I took her over, so that's how I will.
You guys have never bothered to look.
I've never bothered to look. I'm not gonna start looking for private parts if the thing's got tentacles with a snap my face out. I'm gonna leave it until it trusts me a little bit more. Be looking in areas that may not want to be looked at.
Sure, give it candy before you start searching.
You know that's how it works.
So, okay.
This is where we found Gwynny and took her. So you should not bring her in here.
Who?
And Hector's been in here too, so Hector should know.
Are you looking towards Hector?
Uh-huh.
Hector is just like, oh crap, like shaking his head as he's starting to walk over to Dillathane.
Diana just looks a bit confused, like, why are people so uncomfortable? I mean, it's just death.
It's just death.
I'm like, it's a death pit. There is a pit of people. Not one or two. It's filled with people.
Well, why didn't you report it to the guards?
Say, we are still not certain why we are here. Let's find out before we make any rash decision.
I mean, it's pretty safe to assume why we are here, considering what he's looking for.
Is there a safe place to put the cat? I guess I go into the main... No, that's not good. Wait. Up on top of the main cart, is there stuff stored up there?
Yeah, there's a couple boxes and bags and whatnot.
Okay, is there anything that... Okay, so I kind of stick the cat up there. I put a little extra meat in. Stick my bag up on top there. And jump down.
Okay.
And start following the others in the direction. I say, maybe we should check this out. If we are being paid, we are here for protection.
Okay. You see Dillathane with a map. And he's just kind of like trying to orientate himself. He's looking around.
I walk up about 3 feet behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of off to his right, and I go, Is there something that you are searching for?
He says, yes, our search begins here. There's, should be something or another nearby. What
It's very vague.
He kind of laughs and he says, ah, yes, but that, my friend, is the adventure.
If we are searching for something, is there a pine cone nearby? I pick it up and I go, I found something.
He says, yes, but that is, that could be your boon, he says with a grin.
I toss it over my shoulder and give a chuckle.
So he says, everyone, protection detail with me. The rest of
I'll
you,
go with them.
protect the wagons. So, you guys all get ready. Are you leaving the your backpack on top of the wagon, Mal?
I don't think I should bring the cat. If shit goes down, it's not gonna know who's friendly and who's not friendly. And I think it's better if it just stays at the cart for now. If it's meat in there, it should be chilling.
You could put it in like the private thing we have.
I'm afraid of putting it in there in case someone comes back before I do. But if it's up on top of the cart, I feel like no one's gonna mess with it there.
But what if somebody hears it moving around or crying or like moving?
I mean, it could do that inside the cart too.
This is true.
Maybe give it some food and it will be like quiet.
That's what I did. I gave it food. I put it up there and gave it food.
Okay. So.
And, you know, cats like to sleep. Good amount. I'm just gonna point that out. That usually during the day, especially if it's a night panther, it's probably gonna be sleeping a little bit during the day. Just saying.
So, this is gonna be fun. Okay. So, you see, once you guys get ready, Dillathane, Mug, and the dwarf start heading off to the east some more. You guys spend about 30 minutes wandering around aimlessly. You see Hector finally get impatient and walks over to Dillathane and says, what are we looking for? And he basically gives the same answer he gave to Mal. And he says, do you know what you're looking for? And he says, Dillathane says, not quite, but I will know when I find it.
It's not pine cones.
Hector looks at you confused, like, what?
Could Diana have a look around for something that could be what he's looking for?
Yeah, I also search around.
Okay. You guys start looking around.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, it should be here somewhere. Go ahead, everyone who's going to be looking, go ahead and roll awareness. Target is going to be 8.
Shit, dude. Only one success.
One success.
Okay.
I'm not helping him, so...
You're not helping on this one?
Hell no.
Okay. Okay. So give me 1 second.
I go and I stand next to Hector and I'm like, you have to be calm. We know what this is. And I'm whispering to him.
Okay. You tell him that, and he's like, I know, that's the point. It's like, we could save some time and just get to it. Dillathane comes over and says, what are you talking about? As if overhearing the conversation.
She says, we've been here before. She says, over in that direction, there's a statue. Over in this direction, there's their chambers where they slept
So-
over in this direction.
Hold,
There's
hold
where
on
they
one
ate.
sec. Hold on one sec. I want to make sure everybody has sight.
No, I don't have sight.
You don't have sight?
I can see.
You can see?
I mean, I can't see what's inside at the moment, but
Oh, I see. I just had to scroll down.
Find yourselves, yeah. So everybody can see then.
Yeah.
yeah.
Can't
Okay.
see myself, but
You can't see yourself?
yeah. Hold on.
Well, all I see is this tiny little.
Now I can see my. Oh, nope. There's two of me. There we go.
Got it?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you see Dillathane, Mug. Oh my god, you guys are killing me. Not you guys, the NPCs are killing me. Let me delete you guys because you guys don't have your names out. So let's see, we got Hector, Jeffrey, and Braun. Hector.
I'm gonna refill my water real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Ivory's there.
I thought we were already in the cavern, so just tell him, are you looking for the cavern?
He says he has no idea what you're talking about. Hold on before you start running off.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm just trying to
Oh.
find myself.
You're moving. So we got those three. Okay, I think all I'm missing is Jeffrey. Jeffrey!
Okay.
Okay, I believe I got everybody now. Except Ivory doesn't have her stats in. There we go. What? It's a packed map.
I'm just looking. Yeah, that, and I'm just looking at the one of these things is not like the other. One of these.
There's a couple. Between Mug, Diana. Mug 6'7", Diana's 7'1".
Buck.
Ah. So yeah, he says, "What's going on? You guys have been in this area before?"
She says, yes, and you're probably looking for this. And she moves the bushes.
Okay, so as you approach the bushes, Dillathane, Mug, Harrington start following you.
I'm following behind as well.
Yeah.
So as you get to the bush, you notice that the bush looks a little more ragged. Like it's not in full position. Like it's been moved constantly and almost torn apart. You can almost really see inside. You do see some light coming from within.
Okay.
And he says, what is this? And Dillathane moves over to investigate.
I step aside so he can investigate. I'm like, that's probably. She says, you're not looking for that.
He moves the
Is
bushes.
there light inside? I'd like to, not impede on him being able to look in, but if something tries to get at him, body block.
Okay.
I move back.
Yeah, you move way back, huh? Okay. You look inside. You don't see anything in the immediate area. Go ahead and roll anybody who has listen if you want. Target's going to be
I've missed being an elf
4.
already.
I got 1 success on the list.
I got 2.
Okay, since you're behind over there, yeah, you guys just see the empty entranceway. Dillathane says, well then. And he just starts walking in. Like he owns the place.
Fuck Christ, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna be in front, I guess.
Okay, you scoot up in front. As soon as you get to...
I kind of put a hand on Dillathane's chest and kind of hold him back a little bit. I go, maybe it'd be wise if you stay behind your guard.
Oh, yes, right. Onward. As he says that, he says it a little bit too loudly. Diana, you hear... What is your... oh, crap. You kind of hear like some rustling noises coming from within. You actually hear at one point... Shh. Shh.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to sneak up to the corner.
I'll
So I
kind
can
of
right here.
signal for, the guards to come forth.
Okay.
I don't know what the signs in this world would be for people ahead, but I'll give that sign.
Okay. You start making hand gestures. If you guys are moving forward and being quiet, go ahead and roll stealth. If you have it, target's going to be a 4.
It's 1 success.
-1.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you big lumbering oaf.
So you're kind of like, okay, hold on, let's move forward. People ahead, and you turn around and like elbow the wall really hard.
I do put on my gloves, by the way.
Okay. You put on your knuckles.
The
I
fighting
just,
gloves.
I'm just at that point. I look back, and then I put my hand on the sheath of my katana, and I kind of pop the blade a little bit. And I have my hand on the hilt.
Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so Mel, since you're up front, you do see light coming from the next room. I'm not. Hold on one sec. My stream is not up to date. There we go. You do see light coming from the next room, and you hear footsteps and a fire crackling. I think from your vantage point, you could see a foot laying on the floor, dismembered.
Okay. Interesting.
Blood on the floor.
Oh boy.
And yeah, you hear talking coming from the next room, and it's loud. Diana, what is your Orcish?
I mean, it's a 1, but I know words.
You get something along the lines of "Come forward so you can die," or something along those lines.
I'll just in Orcish respond with, "You first."
Okay, it comes out something like 1, 2, 3. So, yeah, you guys hear weapons being drawn.
Ready for combat.
What are you gonna do, Mouse? Since you're in the lead.
Ooh, well, I'm definitely not walking around that fucking corner into all that. I peek my head. I do a quick peek to see how many are in there.
Okay. I can't tell what your vision line is from there. You peek around. You see at least 3.
Okay. I look back, I go, there's at least 3 orcs in there.
You hear some more noises and more talking. Something along the lines, Diana, something along the lines of more man flesh to play with.
Orcs don't really speak common, do they?
No, they're speaking in Orcish, which is why only Diana's picking up pieces of it.
Hey, can you call the other half orc up here? What's his name?
I have an idea. I'll kind of, poke, well, why don't we back up a bit?
Strategically, we have them at a choke point right now. I believe when I looked in that the exits to that room had all been caved in.
Yeah, but
if I'm correct.
Choke point a bit behind with more people.
We could smoke them out.
No, I just lure them out with their pride.
Yeah, I guess we're not gonna get orcs to really surrender. Mal still wants to try though. Where's Grom or whatever his name is? Mug.
Mug? Yeah, he's towards the back.
Does Mug speak orc?
No one's asked him.
Okay, I go, hey Mug, do you speak Mug, do you speak orc?
He comes forward. I speak orc.
See. There may be 3 or so orcs in the next room. Tell them we have them trapped.
As you say trapped, you just see a hay bale makeshift bedroll get thrown to the wall. And then followed by some more cursing or talking or something.
Man, I'm guessing there are no torches around or anything?
No, the light that's been coming from the cave is from the next room.
I mean, for all you know, my character speaks perfect orc, unless you also speak it.
That's true. I mean, is there awareness? Is it like broken? You know how some people try to speak languages and it's just not smooth?
No.
Yeah, but I mean, if I were to speak French and you don't, you wouldn't be able to pick up on the nuances of what's broken or not.
But if you didn't, well, yeah, I would, because if you've ever heard anyone speak a different language that doesn't know how to speak it,
Fat Stab!
it's
How's it
like,
going?
I don't know, it just kind of depends on if you've ever heard.
That's true.
Thank you, Fat
It's
Stab.
like that before.
Okay, well,
I mean, I'm not saying that it isn't kind of obvious, but I'm just saying that, you know.
As that happens, you see Mug say something back in Orcish, and he just starts running into the room.
I'm gonna go after him.
Okay.
God. I guess I'm going in after Diana.
I guess this is an
I guess he just forced our hand. Damn you, Mug.
So, you guys go into the room, and or at least, what about you, Anesse? You going in?
Anesse doesn't like getting hit in combat, so she will stay in.
Hey, just because I'm good and don't get hit doesn't mean I don't like to get hit.
She does some Obi-Wan. The key to not being injured is not to put oneself in line of danger.
Or do good at dodging.
Or that.
Still not the bullets you're looking for.
Right? So, you guys run in after Mug. If you're not going in, Anesse, you will not be in this round of combat.
Who said I'm not going in? I said I was going in.
Well, I don't see your token over there. That's why I'm assuming.
Well, maybe she wants to be over there.
So,
You don't know her.
You don't know my struggle.
yeah. So, hold on. Why are you guys there? You guys shouldn't be there. Delete.
Alright, so initiative time, I guess?
Yes. You run into the room, and
Actually, that is supposed to be a 21.
21.
Initiative.
Yeah, I get +1 initiative from bashing weapons. Which the local soul.
Let me see here.
Wait, it doesn't have my stuff in there. 7 plus 17.
Oh, you don't have the crap.
It's okay, but I know my speed and weapon speed. So.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know my own as well, so. God damn, dude.
Alright, so let's see here.
Oh, I'm gonna go.
No! Too soon!
I don't want to be blamed for
Too
that.
soon!
Underneath, you're never getting that one back. You gotta move your desk now.
I hope I don't have. There it is. Haha. Alright.
Stop it. Stop teasing me.
So 18 for you. Turn.
Can't think. 12 plus 9. 12 plus 9.
Oh, nice. Oops. Turn.
Oh god, one of them was high initiative as well.
Yep. One of the stronger ones, it looks like.
Okay, everybody get their initiatives in.
Yep.
Oh, crap. Okay, don't mind that. Descending. There we go. Oh, Anesse.
Wait, why the fuck am I lost in the 21? This is bullshit. I'd like to form
Let
a
Omega go
complaint.
first. Let Omega go first.
If you want to hold your turn, Anesse, it'll be the
Go
orc's turn.
ahead. Let Omega go first.
It would be the
Well, he's
short
not going to
sword.
go first. The orc's gonna go first.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to hold your turn, the orc will go first. I do not control the initiative order.
That's fine. Let the orc go first. Let Omega go first.
No, it's not Omega. It's the orc over here that would go next.
That's fine because I'm not. He won't hit me. So
Christ.
Typical. Okay,
Toxic.
so
You're lucky Thurrock isn't around and hammer's slipping out of his hand. I feel like one would hit you in the head.
you see this orc. Yeah, right. It'll just slip accidentally.
Like that one guy.
So you see this orc over here. He has a short sword in hand, and he comes rushing in to go attack Mug. And here he's gonna do a 3-action slash on Mug. And first slash goes high. Mug leans back. It misses. Second slash comes back around. Also misses. Third slash comes vertically down, and that gets Mug across the chest. And
He's not gonna try to dodge? Or...
yeah, he's gonna attempt to dodge. Here. Okay. Check. Skill rating is gonna be 4. Actually, hold on. Of course. Oh, okay. He dodges. And the orc is going to save 1 action for a defense. So, Diana, it is your turn.
I'm gonna look at this orc and just fucking bash him in his tiny little head.
Okay, give me 1 second here so I can... So, that orc has a dagger in its hand.
Yeah.
And he's like bouncing around, ready to attack. And how are you attacking him?
I'm gonna take my fist and I'm gonna shove it into his mouth. No, just into his face.
Okay. Target number is a 6.
6.
Sorry, 3, not 6. 3.
So
that's a 9.
Hit attempt to 9. I mean,
A 9
is he-
hits. A 9 hits.
Okay.
So what is your total? Holy crap. What is your total damage there?
It's 19. Wait, is the knuckles damage alright? It's I think it is. Yeah, it seems to be.
Okay. So how much damage?
17.
17?
No, 19.
19. Okay. 19. Okay. You punch this orc in the face. You think you hear teeth getting knocked out. It staggers back and falls backwards on its back on the floor.
Fucking monster.
And if this was a cartoon, you would see stars dancing around its head.
Alright. And then I'm going to take a power step forward, and I'll go with a sort of haymaker swing towards this guy.
Okay. Your target number for that guy is going to be a 5.
Bit higher, okay. That's a natural 20.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll your 20 again to hit. Just the 20. Your times 2 times 3.
12. I mean, minus 1 target number, I guess. I don't know.
That hits. Go for it again. 16. You got triple damage.
Hey!
So you got triple skill damage.
So that would be 25 damage in total then.
20,
If I hit.
25?
Yeah.
12, yeah, 25. Holy crap. Negative 25. So, you punch him, same reaction, except he trips over the bed, the hay bed. So he trips over it, falls backwards on his back, dropping the hand axe that he had on him. And his feet are resting up on the hay bale.
Then I'm gonna step over here using one action, and I'll kinda, with my right arm, I'll just bash the other guy in the back of his head.
Okay. Target number is going to be a 6.
For that guy, really?
Yeah. So this guy, as you approach,
That's a hit attempt at 9.
that hits. This guy, however, has a warhammer. And he's going to try to dodge your attack. What is your skill rating for your martial arts? 6. Double cancel. Yeah. He got 2 1s on his rolls. He does not avoid it.
Well, then he takes 13 damage.
13 damage. Okay. He side stumbles and falls down as well.
And, I mean, this one is obviously like the lead attack, right?
You would assume.
I'm gonna step over here, same action as the movement, and using my last action, I'll just kinda grab his head and smash it against the wall to knock him out.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for attack.
I mean, I assume that I have like advantage. What's the target number at this point? Like a 0?
No, the just a 20. Just to make sure you hit. Yeah.
It's 50 to hit, so.
Okay, you smash his head. Let's see here. Your skill, you said, was a 6?
Yep. I mean, he's staggered, so I don't think he can really defend.
No, this is for the stun. The stun factor. I don't need that one particular at the moment. Yeah, you smash his head down. What's your damage adjust?
5 plus 2 if you count the,
So.
I mean, it was for flavor, but I was actually gonna do weapon attack, just flavored, to knock him out.
For the knockout, if you're just smashing his head in, your knuckles wouldn't play a factor.
I know, but it was just flavored.
So you want to punch him?
Yeah, I would have punched his head against the ground.
Okay, so that was how much damage then?
16.
16. Okay. 16. I did.
Holy shit! 16. What?
So negative 11. Okay. All right. You guys have just decimated my orcs here. He doesn't get a turn. He's stunned for this round. He's stunned for this round. Mal, it's your turn.
Okay. I swing at the guy diagonal of me. I unsheath my sword. I have quick draw.
Ooh, nice.
I unsheath my sword and go from his left hip. My sword's on my left hip. So I go from his right hip up to his left shoulder.
Ooh.
One quick.
Okay.
Oh, and I yell while doing it. I use my key.
You're doing your ki?
Yeah. Doing my key.
All right. You see that this guy, let me find out what he has. He has a short sword. Your target number is going to be a 4.
That's a 9 to hit.
9. That hits. He's going to try to dodge. What's your skill rating?
7.
7. He does not dodge. How much damage are you
So
doing?
what was
there?
his? A 4?
Yeah, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 successes.
Sweet. What's the total damage?
A 5 and a d6 for my katana and a d6 for the Kie. 6, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14.
14, yeah.
All right, you slice him. He kind of does like a corkscrew and falls on his stomach.
Okay. So I slice up and so I grab it with my other hand.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, I kind of flip the blade around and bring it down through his back.
Ooh, nice. As he's spinning around? Or when he's on the floor?
When he's coming down on the floor. So while he's falling, I'm spinning so my blade is kind of up. And I spin it around in my hand.
Bring
So
it
I'm
back
like, yeah, so it's like a reverse grip and I bring it down into his back.
Nice. Go ahead and roll that. Target is going to be a 3.
Yeah, that's a 9 again to hit.
Sweet.
And then what's my target for
3.
It's a 3.
Yeah.
That's right. 2 12s? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes.
Holy crap.
So 8 plus the d6.
What's your damage
9,
modifier?
10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points of damage.
14 unki.
Oh, and I forgot about my damage so my damage modifier is, so that's 18.
18. Okay, so as this guy is spinning back around and you bring your blade, reversing it, coming down, you just tear right into him. Flesh just opens up and he's down, dead.
Okay. So I step.
Murder for you. I'd like to capture them instead.
Well, I'm taking out one threat at a time here. This guy's knocked out, so
Yeah.
I just let's see. What do I do? Okay. I just take my sword and step over his body and just stick my sword to his throat while he's knocked out there, and I go, "We can capture this one if you please."
He's out.
And then we have Anesse and Mug as well begin an action. I mean, at least I assume Mug gets an action.
And I save my I pass on my 2 others, so I'm saving those for defense. Just in case, you never know.
Oh, it was his turn and he's down. Anesse, are you gonna do something this round or?
Well, I mean, I would like to. Is anybody going to allow me to now?
You held your action. You can interrupt whenever you like.
Is there anybody left?
There is 3 characters stunned.
Okay, then I will take out that guy then.
Okay. Roll your 20.
Got a 15.
That hits. Your
Better rip.
target number is a 3.
5 successes.
I mean, with your weapon and damage modifier, it should be dead regardless.
Yeah.
How much damage?
Alright, I got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A lot. 11, 12 damage.
Okay. That one goes down.
That one's 1 too, right?
Yeah, but I
He's-
have him at bay. I've got a sword right at his throat.
This one?
Yeah. I've got my katana like a millimeter away from his throat.
Okay. Okay. I guess then that's it. So
Okay.
Damn.
It's yeah, you guys got 2 orcs knocked out.
He's Thunderfist over here.
Apparently.
Yeah, so what are you guys gonna do with him?
I'll just take his weapon away from him, kind of throw it across the room, maybe unintentionally stick it in the wall.
Okay. You grab his hand axe and throw it.
Yeah, it's like this direction.
And he's like, bye! See ya.
So, okay, you throw it up against the wall into the cave.
And I'll kind of position him so I can put him in a headlock
Okay.
and kind of like, pass him out that way.
Okay.
But
You start
choking him to unconsciousness.
I
start
ask
choking him out.
Mug if he wouldn't mind dragging the unconscious body of this other guy out of the cave.
Actually, he goes over there and he grabs him and he like picks him up, grabs him in a chokehold, starts to walk him out, and he trips and you hear a crack and he's oopsie.
You killed him? Well, I guess that takes care of that then. And I leave the cave.
Okay.
Bye.
In the background, there's just probably this
I'll be right
orc
back.
struggling, like,
Yeah, he passed out.
yeah. I'll just keep him passed out. And no, I can't really tie him up because I don't have rope, so
Yeah. Okay.
I'll just put him in the corner and, stand guard. What the fuck was that?
Anesse. So as you guys are walking out, Dillathane says, "Oh, what happened? Is it over already?" And he goes walking into the room. Oh wow, okay. As you come outside, Anesse, you see Ivory and Hector about to walk in, and they're like, "What happened?"
It's caved in there and the orcs are dead.
Orcs! You see Hector run in.
I just like to imagine that I'm just choking this orc out the entire time because
Yeah.
it takes a minute.
Dillathane is looking around and he says, "Oh, I thought, Anesse. You hear Dillathane calling you from inside the cave. He looks at you as you walk over and he says, "Didn't you say that there was more to this place?"
She says, yes, but do you not see these rubbles being... See that it's been caved in?
He's looking around.
Heavy lifting was part of our job description.
You see Harrington walk in and he says, "Oh, this isn't good." Dillathane is talking with Harrington for a moment about the logistics of how long he thinks it would take to clear this rubble. And if he thinks it's worth it and so forth and whatnot. At this point, Mug goes over there to you, Diana. And he just kind of... I think he's dead.
This one?
Yeah.
No, he should be fine. She's choked out.
He's just looking at him quizzically.
I kind of feel his pulse.
It's very faint. You see Mug in his face, and he's talking in Orcish. Something about, "Are you still alive?"
Well, he's fainted, so his pulse is a bit low, but he should recover.
You see Mug like messing with his face, like smacking him around a little bit.
I'll kind of let him and just put him in the corner here.
Okay, you put him in the corner.
I'll start looking at how to remove this rubble if we are going to.
It looks like it's a pretty, from just your look, it's a full cave-in, like rubble from ceiling to floor. Oh, you hear Dillathane sigh. Well, this is where the map said. So he's still bickering with Harrington. And Harrington is
She
basically
says,
saying...
what is it that they say is here?
Dillathane looks over and he says, "I don't know, something of value, apparently."
She says a statue.
He shrugs. Is it
She
made
says
of
different-
gold?
Was it made of gold? I don't think so. huh?
No, it was made of stone.
She says the statue we seen here wasn't made of gold. It was stone, and we destroyed it. So
He sighs. So, while he's still conversing with Harrington, what are you guys going to do?
I guess I'm just gonna sit and kind of take a piece of cloth from one of the orcs and start pulling out bits of bone and teeth from my gloves and kind of, make sure they don't rust by removing the blood.
Gotcha. You start ripping out some stuff. What are you doing, Anesse?
I'm just gonna start heading out of the cavern and looking towards the wagon where Mal left the cat.
Okay. Mal, what are you doing? Are you back yet? Take that as a no. Okay. You see Harrington moving around. Ivory looking at the corpses of the orcs. Hector basically commenting on the same thing Anesse said. You back, Mount?
Yeah, I am.
Sorry.
Sorry.
What are you going to do? Everyone is in here looking around. Harrington is talking to Osmore about how it's not possible with the equipment that you guys have to undo this rubble.
I go outside to find Anesse.
Okay. You go outside, you see Anesse staring off in the distance.
No flashback style.
I go, Anesse.
Exactly.
I go, like, kind of motion her over here with the cave entrance a little bit.
Okay.
You hear Anesse?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I say, I open up my robe with the stone, and I go, this wouldn't... Do you think this would have anything to do with what he's searching? And I
Do I
kind of
have
just
any-
tap it.
Do you have any idea why what?
Do you think coming back here? Well, I guess do I know that the stone? If we had the conversation about the stone, or not?
I don't think you guys had a conversation about the stone, unless Sir Rawk told him.
I mean, other than
Yeah.
the fact that well, this is where we found the stone, and this is where we found the cat. So,
And that is why I'm wondering what we need to figure out. What this Dillathane is looking for these pieces for, because I'm pretty certain he's not looking to just kill orcs and take rusted battle axes.
and I'm sure those two reasons are why the Adeon Knights came.
Quite possibly, which is very troubling.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we need to somehow figure out what Dillathane is working for, or what he's looking for, and what he's going to do with it.
I mean, nothing good. I can tell you that.
Well, you never know. We don't know the motives of this Dillathane yet.
I mean, he's money hungry. He's has a lot he's keeping to himself, and I can tell you it's not for good reasons.
Maybe or maybe not. You may be correct, but we still need to figure it out, truthfully.
Yeah.
We can't always think that every person is. That will lead you down a horrible path. I've seen it before.
Well, I would rather err on the side of judgment, on caution, instead of thinking everybody is.
I completely agree. But instead of thinking, well, I guess we'll find out.
Yes.
Just keep your eyes and ears open for maybe a opening in conversation to figure out more.
Okay.
I tuck it back into my shirt.
I thought you forgot about it.
DM.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that there are still scribblings on these walls, considering the previous inhabitants.
You look around. If there were any scribblings in this cave, they've been carved out.
All of them?
All of them.
But I still see the cultists, right?
Yeah, those cultists over there in the corner, as you notice them, they look fresh. After inspecting them for a moment, it's safe to assume that they happened to wander into the cave and walked into the orcs that were in here.
Do I recognize them as the things I've previously seen before?
Yes, same type.
I'll search their bodies and kind of comment, kind of mumbling to myself, I wonder what these were doing here. They seem to be here with purpose, maybe?
You start searching. So which one are you going to search first?
I'll go with this one with the dismembered foot.
Okay. So you start searching. What is Mal and Anesse doing at this point? Mal, Anesse, what are you guys going to do?
I'm gonna go back in, check on everything, see if they need us anymore.
Okay. Mal? Did we lose you?
No, I'm here.
What are you going to do?
I'm just gonna keep watch outside for right now.
Okay. You keep watch. Diana, as you search this cultist, you find in its pocket a necklace.
Same symbol I've seen before?
Actually, no, it is just a necklace. Nothing nothing out of the
Oh.
ordinary.
Look at the necklace.
Hmm.
Kind of pocket it for now, and I'll start looking at the other one.
Okay. You see Anesse walking back in. Ivory is like just looking at the bodies. Hector is just kind of standing around.
I need more item. I need more space for items, by the way, I think.
Do you?
Yeah.
And, oh, okay. So if you look at items, you have item name, quantity, slot, and then on the other side of slot is another section for items.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a double-sided.
Oh, right. Let's see here. What does the necklace look like?
Just a standard necklace.
Yeah, but what is it made
Nothing-
of? Is it like silver, gold, iron?
Is it just the rope?
Probably brass. So yeah, you see
Brass necklace.
Jeffrey looking around. Anesse, you see Diana find a necklace, and then moving on. You start searching the next cultist, and you find a piece of paper.
Oh, look at it. Read it.
You start looking at the piece of paper, and that is what you see on the paper.
I can't see the image. Oh, it's just that. Okay. Is that the cave we're on? From,
You don't think so.
Okay, I'm gonna stand up, look towards Dillathane and just, hey, I found a thing.
Oh, you found a thing? He comes running over. What did you find?
Now, you hold up the map.
You hold up the map. He takes it and starts to look at it.
A location for maybe more of these hideouts.
Interesting.
It's really odd that they were here. I mean, it seems that they stumbled across the orcs, maybe.
He calls over Harrington. Oh, Harrington, you are more familiar with this area than I. And he gives Harrington the paper. Harrington starts looking at it. This gets the attention of Ivory, who comes over and starts looking. She's looking at it. She goes, I'm not too familiar with the region myself. Yeah, so you got everyone just kind of looking at the piece of paper. Ivory says, Anesse, do you know anything?
Oh, do we have a map? I mean, if we have a map, we could maybe cross-reference it.
She says it doesn't look familiar to me.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
We do have a map, right?
Harrington pulls out a map that he has, or that he purchased in town. And...
I'll kind of fold it in half, the paper.
Mhm.
I kind of cross-reference it with things that look similar. Like mountains that are depicted as similar, the way they're positioned and such.
Okay. Here is the map of the region.
Because if anything, they probably tore it from a similar map. I don't think they take the time to make this drawing so accurate if it's just crumpled.
So, yeah.
What about just checking the other cultists and maybe they have the other half?
Okay.
I already did. anything, it kind of looks close to Kirsten. Looking at the, it's a bit of forest to the side. Mountain looks similar, mountain in front. But then again, yeah, does look remarkably similar, actually. Could I try to make a check of kinds to
Yeah.
see if that's...
Uh,
Actually, no. Never mind. I just spotted where it is.
Did
I'll
you
just
know?
kind of look at it and just kind of put it on there and just remove it again.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure it's over there. And I'll kind of point towards this direction.
Okay. You point off in that direction, and Dillathane starts comparing. He's like, yes, I think you're right. He's like nodding, looking at the paper.
God damn my intelligent half-orc.
So, yeah, he's agreeing with you, and he says, "Let's roll, people!" And he starts walking out the cave. Ivory is like, "What about the?" She's looking around. Seeing Dillathane leave, she just starts checking one of the orcs.
Gonna head out.
You're heading out?
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad for the one orc that's just kind of unconscious at the moment.
You look over, and you see his head is slouched.
Can I check his pulse?
Yeah, you check his pulse. He is dead.
Fuck. Did they have any coin on him?
You start searching. Let's see, this orc.
I mean, they're dead anyway.
Yeah.
When Anesse does it, oh, she's a bad person. But when everybody else does it, oh, they don't need it anyway.
Hey, I didn't say that made her a bad person. I said that's resourceful in this world.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ivory is searching this orc. Jeffrey's leaving. He's on the outside. Dillathane and Harrington leave. Mug.
Just search this
Oop,
orc.
oop, oop.
I head back with Dillathane to the
Okay.
to
They
the
head outside.
caravans, and that's where I'm gonna have to leave it.
That's where you're calling it?
Yeah, that's where I'm calling it.
Fair. It's a good place to end anyway.
Okay. Everybody gets 50 XP and 1 honor point.
Okay.
Okay.
Sweet.
Awesome. All right.